Alright, hello folks, and welcome back to Where in the World is Carmen Sandiego? Treasures of Knowledge. So today we are going to start Mission 5. We're halfway through this thing. We're going to start the second half today. Oh yeah, I got to click on Save Game. Did it work?
I really admire the Egyptians' irrigation systems. It's so cool how they managed to get water from the Nile to flow into the desert for farming.
Well, the Nile is the longest river in the world. But even with all that water, Egypt still has to import 2/3 of its food supply.
Yep, and currently there's a conflict going on between them and Ethiopia at the source, and because anyway, that's world politics, and we're not going to get in there. So I'm playing this partially blind. I don't remember what to do here, but we'll figure it out along the way.
Where were we?
We were looking for some clues.
Do we need to call the chief for help?
No, I was just trying to explain things. Yeah, Carmen stole the Senet table from in here somewhere. Oh boy.
These symbols kind of look like they might mean something.
I think you're right about that. We'll come back if we find any clues as to what they are.
Alright, well.
مرحبا.
Okay. You say anything? Nope. What's this?
My brother was stationed in the military close to here. He explained to me that people in hot, dry climates wear robes and head coverings to keep the surrounding heat away from the body. Kind of the opposite of what you'd expect, huh?
Okay, what's this?
Fascinating, aren't they? Hieroglyphics are the ancient Egyptian form of picture writing.
Not the easiest thing to translate, even for me. Sometimes they're meant to be read left to right, and other times right to left. Carmen had some degree or other in the study of hieroglyphics.
I know nothing about hieroglyphics. Okay,
The Great Pyramid here at Giza was built to honor the pharaoh Khufu. Then the Great Sphinx was built during his son's reign.
Who was this Pharaoh Khufu that erated all these big monuments?
There's got to be some reason you carry that database around. Check it out.
Cairo, the capital of Egypt, is the largest city in Africa. A very modern city in contrast to some of the oldest monuments in the world.
okay, what's this? Oh boy. Who's that?
She sure didn't want to talk to us. I wonder what kind of funny business she was up to. I smell a rat.
I think you smell the remains of that taco you stuffed in your pocket in Mexico. Chief, what do you think?
About the food smell or the suspicious woman? I'll put out an alert on a suspected Vile agent hanging out near the Sphinx. We'll see if we can track her. Meanwhile, check out the area. We've got to figure out what Carmen Sandiego's plans are. Chief signing off.
Alright, so it looks like we got a little bugger thing here.
Nice jewelry, but it doesn't look like it was made around here.
Let's use my trusty Watson clue analyzer. That should tell us where it came from.
If you insist.
I do insist. I do.
An Indian earring. And just what I thought, Carmen Sandiego's fingerprints are all over it.
It comes from around Agra, near the Taj Mahal. Well, she's been back there again.
And I saw something else. Where did it go? I saw something like a note in one of these kind of things. Oh, there it is.
Buenos Aires, huh? We should keep this card in that clue storage of yours.
So it looks like we have both India and Argentina to go to. Anything else? I don't see anything else. Alright. So, I don't know if it matters. I'm going to go with India first.
India awaits, and I'm ready. I'll use every procedure in the book till I find Carmen Sandiego. I know she's there. I've got a gut feeling.
Well, I've got a gut feeling too. But I think it's the airline food.
When we've searched this area for signs of the Egyptian Senet table, I want to get back to New Delhi.
Why? The capital of a country isn't the only cool place to hang. I'd rather visit Mumbai, which was called Bombay the last time I was here. You know, Bollywood.
Bollywood?
Yeah, they call it that because of all the movies made there.
Well, what about you again? You have anything for me again?
Oh my goodness, it's you two again. The secret spy agents, right? I've been keeping my eyes peeled since you left. For suspicious persons, you know. I have very helpful information for you.
Really? Well, great.
That tall lady in red you mentioned before, I have seen her. Yesterday, I was very sneaky. She dropped a piece of paper, and I got it right here. She did not suspect a thing.
Thank you so much. I think you'll make a great secret agent someday.
I do not have anything else for you, but I will be keeping my eyes peeled.
But what is this thing? Some sort of instructions?
Yeah, it looks like we gotta go back to that pyramid thing, and that'll help with translating or whatever puzzle we have there at that pyramid wall. Okay, anything? He says he has nothing else. Okay, let's go to Argentina.
Quick, Jules, what's the capital of Argentina?
Buenos Aires.
I thought you might know that.
Then why'd you ask?
We have to talk about something, don't we?
Haha.
Look, Pampas.
Who are you calling Pampas? Oh, you mean Pampas, Argentina's grasslands.
Exactly. And cowboys down here are called gauchos.
I knew that too, of course.
Well, hey, gaucho. Any ideas where we can round up the stolen Egyptian Senet table? This place looks kind of deserted.
Well, let's see what we got.
Beef is one of the most popular foods here. It's no surprise that it's one of Argentina's main exports. Other countries must like it too.
Sounds like you would get along great here.
Better believe it.
These wide grasslands in central Argentina are called the Pampas, where many crops are grown and famous Argentinian beef cattle are raised.
Operation was successful. Vial security level Alpha 1. Monitor Acme 1 and 2 and report. Codename Hielo. Red Lady 1 out.
I just love finding these things. Sounds like Vial agents may be watching us though. And what does that code name mean?
Hielo. It's a Spanish word. It might be something to do with Spain or even Argentina, since they speak Spanish here too. But it's the meaning of the word that's puzzling me. I need to make a note here in my journal.
Why? What does it mean?
Hielo means ice.
Oh.
We had pampas grass around the ranch where I grew up. It's popular as a decorative plant back home, but it grows naturally here. We had pampas grass around the ranch
Alright.
where I grew up. It's popular as a decorative plant back home, but it...
Oh boy, oh. I see some things over here. What's this?
An old newspaper article. And did you read it? I've got to update my journal.
So, someone besides us has been here recently.
Haha.
Check out that flag on the wall. That's definitely not Argentina's flag.
Nope.
How strange. I bet my database could help us figure out which country it's from.
I think that's the Australian flag. I always get the Aussie and New Zealand flags mixed up. What else is this? Oh.
Buenos Aires, the capital of Argentina. You been there, Jules?
A long time ago. I remember driving on the Avenida Nueva de Julio, supposed to be the widest avenue in the world.
Fewer people live in the northern part of Argentina. There's probably not a regular supply of water in the Gran Chaco, but it sure is beautiful.
I like Choco as in chocolate. Haha.
Curious.
Sorry, folks.
The Alhambra, eh? It's not in Argentina, that's for sure. Maybe the database could help.
Good eyes, Hawkins. I'll note it in my journal.
Okay, I think I remember where that is. So, looks like we have Australia and Spain to go to. So we saw Australia first, so let's go to
It
Australia.
always blows my mind to think that back in the days of colonialism, like, 1770? Someone like Captain James Cook could just sail to Australia and claim the whole East Coast for Britain.
I know. Australia only won independence in 1901.
Apparently, the government is finally now working to help the native Aboriginal peoples regain title to some of their lands.
Hey, all right. This part of Australia is a happening kind of place. Sailing, soccer, restaurants, you name it.
A lot of Australians must agree with you, because more than 80% of them live here on the southeast coast, in cities like Sydney or Canberra, the capital. Most of the rest of Australia is desert.
Well, I want to take a look around this souvenir shop a bit. Maybe I can find a memento to take back to the States.
Who knows? We may even pick up a clue or two.
Actual historical lesson, folks. You had the two major colonies of Sydney and Melbourne, not Canberra, but Sydney and Melbourne. And since those are the two predominant cities, they didn't want to fight over which one had a capital, so they created a brand new capital, a compromised capital of Canberra.
If we're not sure what to do...
Oh boy. Crap.
Someone's been doodling here, and look what was on that person's mind.
All solved except for that one word. From the looks of this clue, I'll bet we can find the answer somewhere around here. Let's hang on to it.
Platypus? It is an aquatic mammal with poisonous spurs behind each foot. I would say that's Platapus. Alright, what else we got?
Cool. Rocks. One of the reasons Australia is prosperous is its large deposits of coal, iron ore, gold, and other minerals. Do you think I should get some for the folks back home?
Why don't you shop around some more?
Cool. Rocks.
Alright.
One of the reasons...
Kangaroos, like wallabies, koalas, and wombats, are marsupials, carrying their young in a pouch.
See? I'm not the only one who carries things in my pockets. Everyone thinks koalas are so cute, but they're not as friendly as they look.
You're right on that one, Hawkins. A didgeridoo.
A didgeridoo what?
Didgeridoo. It's an Aboriginal musical instrument.
Oh, nice.
Australia is called the land down under because it's below the equator. It's the only country in the world to occupy an entire continent. Pretty cool, huh, Jules? Hey, I know what that is. Boomerangs are used by some Aborigines for hunting.
The first time I ever saw a boomerang was on Zelda.
The famous Sydney Opera House was designed to resemble the sails of a ship. Carmen and I saw a performance there once. Unforgettable.
Oh. Now, I have my game bar. I don't know how to remove that. But I can't remove this game bar because there's something that always wants to pop up right there. And I don't know if there's anything there to get. Come on.
Time to explore this location.
There's got to be something else here. I know there is.
The Aborigines had lived in Australia for thousands of years before European settlers first arrived in Sydney Cove a little over 200 years ago.
I know there's something else to grab here. Oh wait, what's this?
A didgeridoo.
No.
A didgeridoo what?
Didgeridoo. It's an Aboriginal musical instrument.
No. That's not... Oh man, come on.
The Australian platypus is certainly unique for a mammal.
There we
Not
go.
only does it have a beak and webbed feet, it lays eggs. Oh, and I just remembered. The male has poisonous spurs behind each ankle.
That's it.
Mr. Trivia does it again. The solution to the missing word in the crossword puzzle. I'll jot down that word.
Good for you. Alright. I don't know what that does for us. Does that do anything for us? See, like, I just... Oh, well. Alright. Over to... we were there. Where was the other one I saw? Australia and, gosh darn it. And, Spain.
Now, Madrid's the capital of Spain, and we're not even going there this time?
Not this time. We're flying into Granada. Keep your eyes open for the Rock of Gibraltar. You'll be sorry if you miss it.
What's so special about a big limestone rock?
This is a huge limestone formation. It sits in the Strait of Gibraltar, the narrow entrance to the Mediterranean Sea which separates Europe from Africa. You can deduce that it's a fairly important chunk of real estate. Comprende, amigo? The chief said this villa had been rented by a vial agent recently. We need to keep our eyes open for a clue as to where that Senet table might be stashed.
Yeah, this is some fancy place. And isn't that big building over there the Alhambra? Magnificent!
Well, did you know this fact, Mr. Trivia? There's an unusual carving at the gate of the Alhambra of a hand and a key. According to Washington Irving's tale, the hand will one day reach down and grab the key. Then the earth will open and the hidden treasure will be found.
Washington Irving, the Legend of Sleepy Hollow author?
That's right, Hawkins.
All right. What's some stuff we can find here?
Looks like we interrupted someone's game of chess. Check it out.
Giant-sized. And look, there's that wheel design again.
I'll take a
Oh,
photo of this. Whenever we see that design, Carmen Sandiego is definitely involved.
Wait a minute. This isn't just the design. Take a closer look.
uh-huh.
Wow, I didn't notice. These look like drawings of the items Carmen's been stealing. At least 5 of them look familiar. Let's call the chief and see if she has any information on this villa.
The villa? As a matter of fact, I've looked into it further. It once belonged to a reclusive Portuguese explorer. No one knows much about him, but there's a legend that he had a great treasure.
That diary page we got in Thailand. Do you suppose it could be the same explorer?
My intuition tells me that explorer, the wheel design, and a great treasure are all connected. Now, why would Carmen want the gems from these things? And are the other 2 items on her list?
Well, I say you'd better note all that in your journal, regardless of what your intuition tells you.
All right. I don't remember that.
I love all the beautiful art and architecture in Spain. Many countries in the world reflect the Spanish influence from when Spain was a world power in the 16th and 17th centuries.
I was saying was I don't remember the thank you, music. I don't remember the explorer from Thailand. Oh well.
The Moors built the Alhambra in the 14th century. The fortress, or Alcazar, the gardens, and the royal palace reflect the Muslim African style that so influenced Spain.
Spanish oranges are famous, of course, but you'll also find other citrus fruits, not to mention grapes and olives growing around here.
Like I said, I really don't remember, to be honest with you. Alright, I'm kind of at a loss now. Okay, anything else? Do we need to go back to Thailand?
Chapter 1, the Detective's Handbook. Don't just stand there. Look for clues.
What do you think I'm trying to do, Doofus Head? Alright. Thailand's not over here. The only thing I know is there's a lot of ice in Antarctica. They talked about that word for
I was
ice.
just reading how at one point the UK, Norway, Chile, Argentina, Australia, New Zealand, and France all had overlapping claims to portions of Antarctica.
Right. And then they all agreed not to press those claims and signed the Antarctic Treaty, stating that Antarctica can only be used for peaceful and scientific purposes.
Maybe that trend will catch on with the rest of the world.
Let's hope. I still can't get over this place. And I thought Quebec was cold.
Ah, but there's more than just meets the eye. It's thought that large reserves of oil lie around the coast, and there's definitely coal underground in some places.
Well, I tell you, they need all the fuel reserves they can get around here. Because it's cold. And where is everyone?
This place does seem deserted. Strange.
And where are your jackets and winter gear and stuff?
Looks like a key might have fallen out of the storage unit. But how on earth can we find it in all this snow and ice?
We got some mysterious music playing. Okay. Oh.
Hey, check out the snowmobile. Let's go exploring.
Hold on, Hawkins. In this weather, we'd get lost without a signal to follow.
Well, that's true.
98% of Antarctica is covered by ice, averaging a little more than a mile thick.
I'd say that's safe enough to skate on. That anemometer measures wind speed, and it can have it tough here, because Antarctic blizzards can get up to 155 miles per hour.
Antarctica is a fragile and unspoiled continent. There are fears that development here will ruin all that. The Transantarctic Mountains divide East and West Antarctica.
More than 40 research stations can be found on the continent. Scientists can study global warming trends by monitoring the ice sheet. More than 40 research stations can be found on the continent. Scientists can study global warming trends by monitoring the ice sheet.
I am so missing stuff. Okay. Anything up close?
The climate is so harsh here that only a few insects, mosses, and lichens can survive. Some lichens may be up to 2,000 years old.
They must be liking it here.
Ha ha ha.
Oh boy. That's almost as bad as one of my jokes. Alright guys, I'm at a loss. I'm at a loss.
No wonder I'm freezing. Antarctica holds the record for the lowest temperature ever recorded. More than 40 research stations can be found. No wonder I'm freezing. More than 40 research stations can be found on the continent.
Looks like a key might have fallen out of the storage unit. But how on earth can we find it in all this snow and ice?
I honestly don't know what to do here. I'm at a loss. Alright. Let's see. Alright, like, when I don't know what to do, you gotta call the chief.
Jules, Hawkins, where is that business card from again? It may be the missing piece of the puzzle you've been looking for.
Business card from Argentina?
Boy, Argentina has amazingly varied climates.
And such a variety of wildlife as a result. Everything from penguins to monkeys.
Can't be a lot of countries with both penguins and monkeys. The Pampas is so peaceful. Nothing at all like Argentina's capital city of Buenos Aires. Quite a bustling place.
Well, if I had my way, we'd spend a day or two climbing the Andes Mountains. Did you know that there are 30 peaks higher than 20,000 feet?
Well, good for them.
We had pampas grass around the ranch where I grew up. It's popular as a decorative plant back home, but it grows naturally here.
So,
Argentinian
what am I
cowboys,
missing?
or gauchos, work the estancia, the ranch. Their work includes training new horses and tending the cattle. You know, it's not that beef is one of the most popular foods here. It's no surprise that it's one of Argentina's main exports. Other countries must like it too.
Oh. Oh, I see. I missed a note.
Let's call this number and see who we get.
Yes, can I help you?
Yes. Hi. You don't know us, but we're detectives from Acme on official business. Any idea why a vial agent would have your business card? We found it in Egypt, of all places.
Well, this is interesting. Carmen Sandiego, she's the head of Vial, right? She contacted me a few years ago about a base I helped build in Antarctica. Before I retired here, I was a contractor working on scientific installations.
Oh, really?
Even stranger. Last night someone stole the plans for the underground vaults near the base. They're for the storage of dangerous chemicals and such.
How would we find those vaults?
They're quite a distance from the base, but there's a beacon at the base camp that turns on a signal at the vault. Here, write down the frequency you need to set it to. 857.
Thank you. You've been really helpful.
Sure thing. Anytime. Goodbye.
Yes, we got some great info from him. 857, huh?
Uh-huh. But this may sound strange, I had a bad feeling about him, Hawkins. He was almost too helpful.
Nah, really? Well, we'll keep our eyes open. What do you think, Chief?
I trust Jules' intuition. It's not often that she's wrong. Keep following Carmen Sandiego's trail. I'll get another agent to look into your rancher friend. Chief, over and out.
All right.
That rancher sure was helpful. But I have a funny feeling that all was not as it seemed.
Yeah, I kind of agree with you on that. All right. Before you do, I want to go back to no, let's go back to Antarctica.
You know, I had no idea that Antarctica was as large as it is. It's 1/10 of the world's land.
That's big.
Really big.
Really, really big. Wow, all this snow. If it weren't for chasing Carmen, I'd hit the slopes. I packed my board.
You'd be snowboarding the Earth's largest desert.
Yes, and snowfall on Antarctica's highest plateau is equal to the rainfall in Africa's Sahara Desert. Not a lot.
I wouldn't be there at all. I'd be freezing to death. Okay.
That anemometer measures wind speed, and it can have it tough here, because Antarctic blizzards can get up to 155 miles per hour.
Looks like a key might have fallen out of the storage
You
unit.
know this.
But how on earth can we find it in all this snow and ice?
Hey, check out the snowmobile! Let's go exploring!
Hold on, Hawkins. In this weather, we'd get lost without a signal to follow.
But we have the homing signal. Oh, now we can enter. Nice. We couldn't enter before. What do we got? What's this book?
This is a biography of James Cook. In the 1770s, he sailed below the Antarctic Circle, looking for a fabled southern continent. All he ever saw was lots of ice, but he knew there must be a continent there.
You also found Australia.
This is quite a find. It seems to be part of a journal. Something tells me it may belong to someone we're quite familiar with already.
Ms. You-Know-Who? Well, she's definitely been here then. We're still on the right track.
Alright. Let's see. It's so wonderful to be back here again. Peace and quiet. I can't wait to explore the Ross Ice Shelf off the edge of the continent. It seems I've found a place to suit my needs well away from the base and difficult to find, far away from any Acme interference. All preparations have been hit. Whatever. Hiding place is secure. That's all I have. Now all I have to do is
All
wait.
right.
Alright. What about penguins?
Someone evidently likes penguins around here. 7 of the world's 18 species of penguin are found in Antarctica or nearby islands, so this is the place to see them. Hey, check out that cool transmitter over there by the window and...
Look! At the window! Who is that?
What on earth? Quick, after them!
Oh no, we're
you're
locked in.
screwed.
Don't worry about that. I'm prepared for any emergency. I thought I had it. Now, where did I put my refluxing lock disengager? Where'd you get that?
N424 electrosonifier. Standard Acme issue.
Now, where did they go? Looks like they hightailed it out of here. We need to figure out where they went. Maybe that transmitter inside can help.
But how did they know we'd be here? Wait, that rancher from Argentina. I told you he was up to no good. Okay, let's see if we can input the correct frequency.
Well, it's telling us right there. It's 867-5309. Call Jenny. Or 857-6309 or something.
That's it! We can home in on that signal.
Okay, I don't know what all that does. What's this?
Aw, cool! You'll never guess what this is.
No, let me guess. An Acme 5XQ3 Turbo What's-It with an X-ray tweeter.
Do I detect a note of sarcasm in your voice, Jules? Actually, it's an Acme MV24 molecular scanner. But what's it doing here? Chief?
Very interesting, Hawkins. Security mentioned the theft of one of those from our operative in Buenos Aires. Hang on to it. It may prove useful.
Alright, we shall.
What a cool hunk of rock! It must be a meteorite. Here's a cool factoid. Since 1974, more than 14,000 meteorites have been found in the ice.
Well, good for you. Let's see.
That anemometer measures wind speed, and it can act. Looks like a key might have fallen out of the storage unit. We need to search around this area with the molecular scanner.
Now that we have the molecular scanner,
Found something! My super spy instincts tell me that this may be useful.
My, what keen instincts you have. A useful key, huh?
yay. Now, do we put this in a snowmobile or do we?
We've got all we need from around here.
Alright.
The key must fit the snowmobile. Climb on! Let's follow the signal and go find those vaults.
As long as you know how to drive this thing.
There's a first time for everything, Hawkins. Hang on!
Alright. Oh boy.
Wow. This looks like some kind of crazy lock scheme.
Yeah, it's got Carmen Sandiego's name all over it.
But I think we're missing some clues. We need to search around some more.
We're missing clues. I mean, alright, okay. Alright, so apparently we're missing clues. Let's go back to
You know,
Egypt.
it kind of irks me that we're not allowed to run our electronic gadgets during takeoff or landing.
Life is rough.
Haha.
Let's start looking around. We could learn a lot.
These Egyptian hieroglyphs look like they formed some kind of puzzle.
You're right. Let's follow these instructions and see what happens.
My hunch is that we'll need to find the exact matches for these symbols on the clue and in the right order.
Oh, goodness. And, this Xbox game thing is messing with it, so can we hit that? Alright, so what I've done this before, but okay. There's there. Next one is these two F thingies. I mean, it's not that, and it's not that. Okay, there's the two F thingies. I don't know if this is it or not, because it's kind of covered. Alright, good. Next is that little bird-looking thing. And is that it? And the eye has to have the lid over it. Looks like it's right here.
An electronic clue behind ancient hieroglyphs? Obviously, this was put here recently.
And that design links it to Carmen Sandiego. Yeehaw!
Alright. Now I think we can go back to Antarctica.
All this travel is kind of fun.
I don't know about you, but I'm ready to catch Carmen. It would be nice to take a vacation, spend time gardening, and get to know my cat again.
Ha!
Acme doesn't pay us to stand around. Let's find some clues.
Right.
Sure they do. I'm on the clock. Alright.
Wow. This looks like some kind of crazy lock scheme.
Yeah, it's got Carmen Sandiego's name all over it.
Well, let's see if we can figure it out. It looks like we've got all the pieces we need.
Yeah. To set the number on the lock for the letter P in platypus, it looks like we need to find the letter P at the bottom of the chessboard, and then look at which row the chess piece is in.
Yeah, so this one would be I'm guessing guessing. Let's see. L would be 1, maybe? 5. T would be 8. Y would be 4. The U would be 6. And the S would be 2.
Hey, this is quite a place. It's actually a bit warmer down here than on the surface.
Shh. Let's keep our eyes peeled and our ears open. Carmen could be down here too.
Okay, initiate search procedure Delta 3XA.
Let's just do what detectives do best.
Okay, nothing before we go in.
This could get to be quite a maze.
We're not lost yet. That stolen item's got to be around here somewhere.
Oh, did I see another one? Nope.
You're sure we're not lost?
Trust me.
There's our Senet table.
It's here! But where's Carmen Sandiego? I thought we'd find her for sure.
But we found the Senet table, and that's quite a catch. And we know that it's part of a greater treasure.
And just as we expected, there's the wheel design. Look, no gem.
Good. You're really working together on this. I think you're on to something with that explorer. Carmen Sandiego's after a bigger treasure for sure. I've had another call, and...
And don't tell me. Carmen's stolen something round and valuable. I remember the image from the villa near Alhambra.
You're right, Jules. You always did have a good sense about these things. It's an Aztec calendar. Circular, like you described, with a series of beautifully decorated rings and...
Uh-oh, here we go.
And I hate to break up this little party, but I just couldn't resist. So you managed to escape my little trap at the base camp. I'm impressed, Jules. You and Mr. Hawkins are working together better than I thought you would. And you learned a little something at the villa, didn't you? But don't get cocky. There's so much more you don't know. See you around. Ciao.
She did it again! You've got to stop her. Perhaps the best way to spoil her fun is to find that Aztec calendar. A vile airplane was tracked flying over the Congo and then disappeared from radar. We lost the signal over the Ituri rainforest. I want you two to get over there pronto. Over and out.
Good. Somewhere tropical. I'm freezing. Let's go.
All right, so mission complete. Well, we got the Senet table. Now we need to go after the Aztec calendar, starting off in the Congo for mission number 6. Next time on Where in the World is Carmen Sandiego?
Well, we're not going to find Carmen just standing around.
You get that sort of wisdom with experience?
Treasures of knowledge.